beautiful, a little bit limited view today. Can't see the White Mountains. You can see some of the lesser ranges of the Green Mountains on to the east here. We're at the summit. That's what I call the shelter rock. When the wind's anywhere from the west, you can sit right behind it. As you can see right now, there's no one else on top. I'll go sit behind it. Just to the south, there's Mount Ethan. And then a little further in the distance is the Monroe skyline. Cut Mount Ellen, Mount Ada. They're in the clouds right now. The summit right here is absolutely beautiful. No one else up here. I wonder why. Kind of cool and windy right now. Looking to the southwest, Champlain Valley. To the west, high peaks of the Adirondacks are in clouds right now too, but you can see Lake Champlain. So when you're on the top of the mountain, you step the rocks. It's going to do a little exploring here. Go somewhere I haven't before. It's a very peaky mountain, falls away on all sides. Step on the rocks, out on the plants. Yep, there's a little cliff right here. Goes right up through. And down again, up again. All this that looks like grass, most of it is not. It's Arctic and alpine vegetation. You step on it, you hurt it, so stay off. Stay on the rocks. I've wanted to landscape my yard like this, but I can't figure out quite how to do it. It'd be an awful lot of work. I'll just come up here. They have some sort of bands of cliffs going down through here. Could walk all the way down here and then back again, but I think I'll just head this way. Another little cliff here, 10 feet or so. I gotta find my way back to the long trail. I can see the white blazes going down, so that's where I'm gonna head. Couldn't possibly fall right now. The wind's holding it back very nicely. You appear to be heading back north here, but then the trail turns back around again. And I've already come down a fair amount from the top, pretty steeply, right over here. And the wind is diminished, but it's still pretty strong. The sun's coming out, who knew? Hi guys.
Hi. How are you?
Great, thanks. How are you doing?
Great.
Whoa, I gotta hold on to my hat. I'm gonna lose it. down around the south face. You can definitely see that from the distance. Nice cliff face. I don't know if climbers ever go there or not. It's pretty windy. Oh, here we go. Spectacular, one of the nicer places in Vermont for sure. Got a glacial plucking face here. Glacier just froze into the rock and then pulled it away as the glacier went south. Gorgeous. Interesting. Okay. Do a little scramble here. Hold on there. The wind makes things a little trickier, but it is blowing me towards the rock, so I'm not going to fall off anything. This is nice. And get some good holds through here. A little foothold right there. Don't like to miss those footholds. So we've just come down through there. Could be a little tricky if it were icy. I'm going to take great care. And then we don't get to go down yet, we go back up a little bit. The cliff looms above us. The white marks seem to indicate that we're heading back up the cliff, but we're not. We're just going over this little part here. And around this. And then back down. As always, carefully. And we do not go up again. Now we head down the hillside. So now we just have a nice staircase down the hillside, rock staircase. Here's where I really like having the hiking sticks. I can jump over stuff. I can slow my ascent with my arms too. So it's all good. Here we go. So, Long Trail South, Montclair Glen Lodge. We stayed overnight there one time in the Wind Gap. That was pretty cool. Just come down 2/10 from the Camel's Hump summit, going up it would seem like more than that, I'm sure. Probably twice as long. And now we will go to the left on the Alpine Trail, and then we will cross the Monroe Trail and continue on the Alpine Trail. So here we go. Never been on this one before. Right away it starts pretty cool here. Let's see. Grabbing trees. You can tell right away too that this one doesn't get as much use. So I'm glad that I logged myself in the book just in case I get in any trouble. Got a cell phone with me. Rather not have to use it. We're on yellow blazes now. And this is a little more of an adventure. This looks like a lot of fun. It reminds me of some of the side trails on Mount Mansfield. Just came over through there. Oh, this is lovely. Love it. Beautiful. Don't even need bad weather to take this. You know what, I'm thinking I've been up this before because I came up from the Crouching Lion Farm once, and I think this is the last stretch of that. Because if you stay on the Monroe Trail, you go north of the peak to the clearing. So I think I came up this way, but it's a long time ago. You have to be careful that trees don't grab your poles when you don't want them to. You won't set them where you're expecting. Kind of dance down the trail with the poles. It's fun. So we're just going slightly downhill now to meet the Monroe Trail. Kind of meandering along here. This is lovely. That's the water bar. This is the trail. To me, like somebody might do a bushwhack over to the other trail from here. Might be a good place to build a cross trail, because now we head back south, and I guess we'll hit the Monroe Trail a little bit lower. And there's a double marker on the trail again, and another switchback, so we're going to head back north. It's like something off to the side here. Just the plane wreckage. Yes, it is. Part of a World War II bomber that crashed on the side of Camel's Hump during a training mission. I had not seen this before. So we head down the hill a little more. And just kind of traversing along the mountain. I think we're probably at least 500 feet below the summit now. Just kind of meandering up and down a little bit here. Remember, wet routes that are sideways, not across the trail, are rails to hell. So Don't step on them. It's a very old yellow blaze. And there's a newer one right after it. There's another one over there. So we go down pretty steeply here. Hope we head back up soon, losing a lot of altitude. Okay, so coming to a junction here. To my right is the Burrows Trail. Goes down to the Crouching Lion Farm. Straight ahead is the continuation of the Alpine Trail. And this is the Burrows Trail, and it goes up to the clearing in 0.6 miles. So, well, I said I wanted to try the Alpine Trail of 1.2 miles and then probably that much back to the clearing. So it's a good day's hike, but I want to see what it looks like. So here we go. And we're now on the Alpine Trail heading north from the Burrows Trail. Only slightly used. And that's what makes it fun to kind of explore it. And we have lost some fairly considerable elevation from the peak, so I do expect us to be heading back up, but maybe at a gradual rate. This is wonderful. Pine needles all over the place. This reminds me of one section of the Cliff Trail, as a matter of fact. Just hit some spider webs. No one else through here today. Oh, panorama. Nice. There's Mount Ethan Allen. Nearby cliffs here. And looking back, right back up at the hump. Those are the cliffs on the east side. There's the Worcester Range and Mount Hunger. It's a nice spot. I think I'll just stay right here. So we've just come from the look-off, and now we're taking a sharp bend in the trail and heading downhill. Probably going around some cliffs, who knows. Oh, this is wonderful. This is practically untouched, this trail. It is gorgeous. So we're kind of feel like I'm sort of wandering through the wilderness here, which is beautiful. I was hoping to find some blueberries on these ledges, but I think I'm way too early. Yeah, they're pretty young. Oh well, have to come back in a month, right? Back to the primeval trail here. This part would actually be a bit exposed in a storm. Trees are fairly short here, a lot of rock. And there's the mountain up there. There's a little climbing to get back up. And then back down into the woods. So we're heading back over to the ridge and the long trail. And then we'll have to go back up 1,000 feet or so. All in a day's work or fun. Trail still remains pretty primeval here. Very nice. And now we're going down a little steep part here. I can hear voices. The long trail can't be too far away, but we'll find out. Heading uphill to the ridge. Here's the Bamforth Ridge. Bamforth Ridge Trail goes along that. Comes over through here. We're on a nice look off right now. Have to go around the corner a little bit to see Mount Mansfield. You can see it faintly over the top. Beautiful spot. Coming up to the long trail and a little bit of a climb back up the mountain. So we're just past that little stream. This says something about the trail. I come to this slight clearing here. And it's really hard to tell where the trail goes. I think it goes up and over the rocks right there. We'll find out. And right after that, another great look off here. This is like the never-ending wonderful trail. And in most ways you don't want it to end. But I am getting a little bit tired. Another very beautiful spot. Seem to be quite a few along this trail. That's what I just came down. It's a bit steeper than it looks, actually. There's the direction we've come from. Looking to the east. Bamforth Ridge down there. Still heading over the long trail. So I'm here at the trail junction, and this also says 1.2 miles. I think that mileage is underreported. Seemed like quite a bit more than that. It may be that it's towards the end of my day and I'm a little bit tireder, but you should allow more than the usual time for that, plus the views. Bamforth Ridge, I've come up that way, I've done a video on it. We will not go all the way back to the summit. We'll stop about 3/10 short of that and 300 vertical feet and then head back down the Burrows Trail.